and I could find something everywhere, and maybe I agree with you. But I'd just like to say this too. It's all very fine if you're really divine, and everybody wants you bad. You can take what you please with the greatest of ease, and nobody will let you be sad. Oh my, the days roll by, I make no connection at all. Drink this wine in the bright sunshine, waiting for a star to fall. And I must be like a million souls who got nobody at all to warm their heart, give them a start, spinning in the bright blue sky. The wings of love that could take them above the places where the things will fly. Oh my, do I get high, lady, when I'm next to you? You're so crazy and wild, such a happy child. You make a lot of loving true. I should say so. Just don't get anywhere. You might say it only seems that way, and I could find something everywhere. And maybe I agree with you, but I'd just like to say this too. Oh my, do I get high, lady, when I'm next to you? So crazy and wild, such a happy child. A lot of loving true. You know
Up this morning, went out on the street. I sniffed a few flowers, I went back to sleep. My head was cloudy, the sky was blue. I didn't feel lonely till I thought of you. Feel lonely till I thought of you. I knocked at your door. Asked how you feeling, you said you weren't sure. If I could cuss you, you lay on the bed. I came down beside you with a moon in my hand. lost in a dream. Brothers and sisters, you know what I mean. Leave things open, you get lost in space. I have to keep running, keep out of this race. Take it. I have to keep running, keep out of this race. Keep on running. Keep on running. Run, run. The animals went in 2 by 2 just 'cause someone told them to. And now they're living in a zoo, baby. Ain't that just like me and you? Ain't it just like the animals? Do what you do. Just like the animals. Do what you do. Just like the animals. Do what you do. No one listening to your voice. Ask no questions, you get no harm. You should be happy on the formation. Do what you do. Just like the animals. Do what you do. Just like the animals. Do what you do. Just 'cause someone told them to. And now they're living in a zoo, baby. Ain't that just like me and you? Ain't we just got no choice. No one listening to your voice. Ask no questions, you get no harm. You know you should be happy on the farm. It's just like the animal.
Do what you do.
Just like the animal.
Do what you do.
Just like the animals. Do what you do. Gotta keep music playing. Gotta know where you belong. Gotta have something worth saying, yeah. Gotta be super strong. Beware that dog. Beware that dog. Beware that dog. They don't wanna see you dancing. Got their feet nailed to the floor. They say we're moving somewhere new, but we've been there before. Where's that dog? Where's that dog? Where's that? The building's bigger and bigger, it's bombs to drop. They're making them everywhere. I don't believe they'll ever stop, never be aware of where they dog. Where they dog. Where they dog. Where they better beware, you better beware. Well, better beware. Better beware, you better beware. Better be there, you better be there. Better be there, you better.
Falling in love again, I never wanted to. But what am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game, play it how I may. I was made that way, I can't help it. Girls flutter to me like moths around a flame. But if they get their wings burned, you know I'm not to blame. I'm just falling in love again. I never wanted to. But what am I to do? I can't help it. Oh no. Girls flutter to me like moths around a flame. And if they get their wings burned, you know I'm not to blame. I'm just falling in love again. I never wanted to. But what am I to do? I can't help it. Falling in love again, I never wanted to. But what am I to do when I can't help it?
If I sing something blue, dedicated to you, don't believe that I'm sad. Oh no, only dreaming. And the taste of your kiss I remember and miss. But at least now I know what it's like to have kissed you.
light entertainment for shipbuilding.
Wind of change. Now, Robert, what is it? What particular cause has brought you two together?
Well, this is for the Southwest Africa People's Organisation, which is basically an organisation that is designed to help Namibians. Namibia's under colonial occupation by South Africa, and not enough people know about it, and they want more people here to know about it, not just politicians. It's too serious to leave to politicians.
Jerry, this struggle for independence in Namibia has been going on for about 100 years. Is there any particular incident that's caused you to get together and produce this song?
SWAPO approached us to make the record. It's really SWAPO's record. I don't know. One of the girls that sang on the record, Vince, her brother his body was found mutilated by the side of the road, you know, so it's a real issue, and they asked us to help, so...
Through the Nelson Mandela song, presumably?
Well, because of that, yeah, but we just think it's important that everyone should know about Namibia, what's happening there, and support those people in any way that they possibly can.
Is it a song you've written, or is it an old...
No, it was written by members of SWAPO. It's a combination of various folk songs and phrases, you know, from the struggle in the whole of the southern area of Africa.
And Robert, all the royalties from this record will go directly to help the people of Namibia. What exactly will that money achieve? What will it be spent on?
Well, the SWAPO are sort of living in refugee camps in exile around the place, and they have lots of things on their hand. They're trying to help their people get education abroad. That has to be paid for. They're just trying to get food and water to survive in the refugee camps, because Namibia apparently it's the most intensely occupied place in the world. There's apparently one soldier to every 15 of the population.
I mean, it's a resistance movement in the same way as if Hitler had won the last war and had occupied Britain, there'd be a resistance movement here, you know. exactly the same thing.
Okay, well, thanks very much for coming in and telling us about it, and I wish you a
That's
lot
the
of luck with
record.
it. It's
Even
a
if you
very,
don't
very
buy
good
it,
record. And we're now
read
about
the
to see the
cover.
video for it, and to introduce it, Harold Macmillan, the man who coined the expression, wind of change, 25 years ago. This is Swappo.
The wind of change is blowing through this continent.
The wind of change sweeping across the African continent. The wind of change sweeping across the African continent. Over there they say this, oh yeah, Africa, oh yeah, Amanda, going to Abuja, I continue, mama, viva Africa, the wind of change, the wind of change, the wind of change, the wind of change. Namibia, 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 Namibia. The wind of hope sweeping across the African continent. The wind of hope sweeping across the African continent. Over there they say this, oh yeah, Africa, oh yeah, freedom, power to the people. The struggle must continue, mama. Viva Africa, the wind of hope, the wind of hope, the wind of hope, the wind of hope.
On the whole, I don't make records. On the whole, I find that by the time I've sort of got up and eaten and got dressed and then, you know, it's got dark and I've got undressed and gone back to bed again, I don't know how I could have got anything else in very much. On the seashore, stand apart from one another. Blackwood bound, mesmerized by the sea gone. I'm more of a watcher and waiter. What I like doing, you know, watching and waiting and listening. But I think maybe vanity is a kind of like a volcanic force which just has to erupt every now and then. And there comes a point when I think, well, I've seen that way of doing it, I've seen this way of doing it, I've sung on your record, I've sung on his record, let's see what I can do. One night with human valley and weary land sings to the sun and sings like a child. The difficulty with music is that it is meant to sound nice, and a lot of what I don't just want to give pleasure, I'm just not that nice. And so seeing as my other instrument, apart from keyboards and all that stuff, is voice, you can stick words in. And I suppose the idea you can sort of put a bit of a spanner in the works with words, you know, whilst leaving the music gently flowing intact. So I think my records are sort of trick records, really. In this particular case, I was actually out of words. I got musical atmospheres and things I wanted to do, but I had a brainwave, which is to steal some of my wife's poems, or Alfie's poems, and that did the trick. That galvanised me into marshalling all the musical ideas around her words. If it had an accent on the last A, I think, like one of those little French acute jobs, would be the Spanish for where are they, or in polite form, where are you? And although I called the final track Donde Están because the song refers to people who are clearly dispossessed, Palestinians, Kurds, and it's a very graphic illustration of the title. I actually got the idea from the first side, from Alfie's poems, to call it Donde Están. I think that the reason why it's called Donde Están changes throughout the songs, but I still think it's the best way to summarise them, because Alfie's poems were written on a winter holiday, in a winter holiday resort in Spain. They were about all kind of things. They were very sort of populating, animated poems, but the ones I picked out, maybe just because they went best with my voice and the kind of music I do, tend to be the bleakest, the least populated ones. And I suppose Donde Están could refer to almost everything about them. You know, where are the people who are meant to be here? Where are they all gone? And it's something rather pathetic about a holiday resort out of season, because the tourists aren't there to make it look as if it's all functioning, and the locals still can't afford to use it when they've gone. So you're just left with the flotsam and jetsam. I feel this sense of solidarity with sort of old newspapers, abandoned dogs, sort of rather stranded-looking nuns wandering about the beach, and sorry for the people who had to live amongst potholed roads and streets where there weren't any gas pipelines. Yesterday's footprints vanish. got friends on to sort of cobble together groups, and I enjoy doing that. I enjoy constructing a group for a particular occasion, but I think there may be a bit of paraplegic politics in it somewhere. I like sometimes to think, you know, how much can I actually do now? Most of the time, going around the streets, the answer is not a lot. So in the studio, being it's an artificial environment in which I can sort of exercise my vanity, I think. It's not that I think I couldn't get more exciting noises by getting other musicians in. It's just that sometimes I just want to see how much I can do. It has another advantage. There's certain kinds of musical ideas which I think benefit from a kind of consistency of atmosphere and mood, and which don't really need virtuosity so much as being in character, you know, the words with the sound. And of course, if you can't really write music properly, as I can't, I mean, you should see the way I write music. I go, next note, I want a higher one, I'll put a little arrow. I mean, nobody can understand what I'm on about when I'm trying to tell musicians what I want, you know. It's fairly nerve-wracking for them. I understand my own little musical notations. So I can always, when I'm doing it myself, tell the drummer what to do, tell the keyboard player what to do, tell the singer what to do. And we sort of boss each other around from take to take. I always think that I took the ideology of punk, which allowed people to operate in a certain way. A lot of them didn't need. I mean, I remember people talking about just go in and do it, make a noise, to hell with it, yeah. But they'd sit there for hours working out the bass sound. I can't do that. I really just go in there and make a noise. And I think, it's a bass sound, what do you want, you know? I mean, I don't know how to really operate the high-tech. I make low-tech records, I think. And Neanderthal, some people might say. Cro-Magnon. Sometimes people say, wouldn't it be wonderful if you had, you know, this kind of sound with that kind of sound and use that kind of device? And I can only ever say, well, I don't know. I mean, it depends what the musician doing it, who he was, really, or who she was. I have no feelings about the machinery on its own. It doesn't move me, it doesn't disappoint me. It's nothing.
Everybody does me, everyone but me. It's because we got them up the other with the country here, aren't you nice?
Wynton Marsalis was once asked, you know, what do you think about when you're playing? And he said, music. I can't think of any other word for it. You're going through chords and melodies, sorting them out, shifting them out. It's not like a creative process in the strict sense. It is more like a retrieval process. It's as if there's a great mass of noises and words going on in the head. Well, it's not as if, there is a great mass of noises going on, I think, in all our heads all the time. And so that composing is, for me, a retrieval system. It's a picking out this bit and a picking out that bit, and sort of pinning it down on paper or keyboard. So composing itself, in a way, is already a simplifying process. Just trying to pick some strands out of the clamour in the head. I was learning was that all attempts to imitate black Americans fail. I think it's the hardest lesson I've had to learn. And it's not a question of being English, it's just a question of being yourself. You do have to find your own voice, whatever that turns out to be. I mean, they may well have Norwegian flamenco competitions, but I would never be convinced, you know. And in the same way, so many of the things I was listening to somehow didn't have my accent. I couldn't just adopt somebody else's dialect. I had to work out my own musical dialect, really. Not for ideological reasons, not to make a point, but just to feel on top of what I was doing. Out of England and United States anyway, there's less emphasis placed on chart success as a sort of hallmark of, credibility or worthiness. I find that it's a kind of negative answer in a way. I think that England tends to, you're either in the charts or you're Mozart, really, or you're possibly the BBC Two big band, but I mean, there's, I found there's a longer tradition in some other countries in Europe of listening to music which is harder to categorise. And so that just because of that, there's more openness perhaps to the kind of musicians that I've been associated with. There's more opportunity for all of us to get heard. I think it's as simple as that. Apart from the fact that extremely astute and intelligent people with clean ears that work more than halfway an inch into their heads. What can I say? Maybe something slightly wrong with me, a slight dysfunction. Like, we all need a certain amount of adrenaline. Well, that stuff, Adrenaline. I never was very good at, what's that, Latin? Anyway, so, we know that a certain amount of fear goes with the excitement that you need to feel to do something well. But I feel sometimes like one of those cars that you sort of pump it up to rev it up, and it floods too quick, and then it stops working as it should do, and just simply you can't drive anywhere. I think there's something in me that happens like that, but not being a physiologist, well, psychologist, I don't really know, but I do find it hard. I find that the achievements of other people already a source of total pleasure as a fan, totally intimidating as a musician. And as we all prefer pleasure to intimidation, this is, I think, why I spend most of my time just being a fan. The moment I sit down at a piano, because I've got to write a tune on it, I see the ghosts of pianists pass, sneering over my shoulder, and I almost faint with fear sometimes. It takes a certain amount of nerve just to think you can add to all that there already is, I think.